Step number 12, discreetly interview screening. Let me ask you a question. When you go out on a date with somebody, or you meet somebody that you like, do you have a plan in place? Do you know what you want to know about that person? Do you work on yourself? Do you say, okay, if I meet this person I'm going to be on a date with, I need to know this, 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 and this. I'm going to ask them in this way, so it doesn't make it obvious I'm asking them that. No. I bet none of you actually have done that. And I've never done that before when I used to date. But can you imagine if you did? You would have saved yourself so much time, saved you so much heartache, so much relationships, and so much energy, and maybe money as well. So let's have a look at this. Let's have a look. What are the top 5 things that you'd want to know about the partner? Let's say, you're on a date now and you've got that person right in front of you. What are the top things you'd want to know about them? Why would the answers be so important to you? Now, why are these answers so important to you? Now, for example, you may want to know if the person wants to have a family and get married. It's quite popular. And why is that so important to you? Well, because you want to settle down and you may want to have a family. And it's important that the person that you're going to be meeting shares the same values and the beliefs and the goals in your life that you want to. Now, to me, that makes 100% practical common sense to request this in a subtle way in the early stages of the relationship. Not 3 months down the road when, you realize that he wanted to have fun and you wanted a serious relationship. And that's where problems occur, when people start to meet, a man and a woman starts to get to know each other. They start having sex, and then the woman gets emotionally attached. They haven't discussed anything in relation to where the relationship is going. He then thinks this is fun. She doesn't. Then when she finds out that it's just fun, then the relationship breaks down. She's angry. She feels used. He's upset because he thought it was just fun, when this could have all been communicated in a subtle way in the beginning. She's thinking, he wants to settle down, and he's thinking, well, I want to have fun. I don't want to get married. But if he would have asked her that in the beginning, if they had that conversation in the beginning, then he would have saved a lot of hassle and lack of communication. Another thing is, what history has prompted these questions that you want to know? So, for example, if a man wants to have children, it might be the fact that he's looking for a woman that he wants to have children. He may not want to get married, but he just wants a child because maybe he was an only child as he's growing up, and he wants a daughter because he was brought up by his mum and his sisters, and he loves that male female connection with a female, and he wants a daughter because of that. That makes sense. That's just an example, but there's usually a reason why, and there's a history behind why you know what you want and what you're looking for and what the screening questions are. Now, very subtly, what I mean by interview screening, I don't mean taking out your notepad and going over 15 questions, but you need to have a plan in place, and very subtly interview and screening them is the best way forward in planning and knowing exactly this is the type of partner in the early stages if you want to be with. Now, how do you have to change to attract this type of person? If you're looking for a certain type of person, what do you have to do to attract this type of person? And I say this to all my clients. The reason why you're single is down to you. It's not down to lack of opportunities. It's not down to lack of the opposite sex. You have all the answers. When anybody asks me what do I need to do, you have all the answers. It's as simple as that. And if you start to change a few things, then you can start to attract the type of person that you're looking for. So remember, discreetly interview and screening. Start planning on what questions you want to ask, and then turn them around into subtle questions. One of the top ones I usually say to my clients, if you can't figure it out, then ask what their goals are in the next year. What are their goals are in the next 3 years? What are their goals in the next 5 years? Where do they see themselves in 3 years? how would they want their life to be in 3 years? And then they will tell you. And based on those answers, you have an idea, because they're what we call open questions.